How to do it. Let me show you how to do it.
Hey guys, so just wanting to make a quick video on the Tesla Model S. This is a feature that I love the most in Teslas, and I think you can probably do this on a Model 3 or a Model Y. I haven't tested it myself, but I'm just kind of assuming, so maybe some of the Model 3 and Model Y owners can correct me in the comments below. But this is a feature that if you're in a traffic jam, so like right now, there's a big line of cars and I'm here to pick up my kid. But, every day I have to deal with this, right? I mean, I kind of drive the car and it gets very annoying being in the traffic. And here in Florida, it's not that bad, but, some of you guys might have really, really bad traffic. So if you are in a traffic jam, you can set your car in such a way that you still have control over the steering wheel, but you can still let the car do everything. So right now, as you can see, I'm not doing anything. The car is kind of following that car ahead of me and just stays at 5 miles an hour. So this is stock right here. This is the one I'm using. So this is not really autopilot, but this is kind of like a cruise control set with auto driving. I don't know what they call it. I call it like partial autopilot, because the car, what it is doing is it's maintaining the speed of 5, but it does increment slowly. So if you turn this to stock, it kind of tells you how far distance you want it to be. So I'm leaving it at 1, and as you can see, the car itself move on its own, and it sees I'm not even pressing anything, and it just follows that car, and I'm controlling the handle. With the autopilot, the handle becomes stiff and it's kind of following the road, but in this case I can't engage the autopilot because I'm driving very slow. I think it's less than 10 miles. You can't engage autopilot, but you can engage the this particular feature, which is cruise control. So once you engage the cruise control, by default it's probably going to show you at 10 miles an hour, and then you can just lower the stock down, and you can see it drops down to like 0 or 5. So it can go below 5, I think. You can go 5 or 10. But that doesn't necessarily mean it goes 5 right off the bat. You can see right now it's driving at 4, and the car stops. So it's a very handy feature. All you have to do, see, it's kind of like it's called the hold feature maybe, because I can see the thing, it says hold on the very top. So it's holding. I think this is this hold feature because I have this depending on what regenerative brake you're using. I'm using a standard, but some of you guys, you can see most likely the hold is going to go away. I'm kind of assuming the hold came because I was turning and it did not see, or it kind of saw something, that kind of put the car in hold, so it wasn't really moving, so I had to move it right now in the hold. But as you can see, if I try to engage it now, it's not going to do anything because I don't see those lights. But as soon as I start driving, I'll see that popped up. There you go. Well, it kind of went away. So there you go. As soon as you see this, you just press it, and now it's at 10, and I'm going to press it one more time down, and it's at 5, and I'm going to leave it at 5. In the distance, I'm going to set it to like 1 or 2. So right now it's at 2. I'm going to make it 1, so it's a little bit more closer. And over here, I have the creep set up, depending on what your settings are, but this is my settings, but I don't think this matters really. The car itself, like auto brakes and everything, so it makes it a lot easier if you're in a traffic jam and use this feature, especially if you're going to pick up your kid and stuff like that. I think all the sensors, everything works flawlessly. I haven't seen any issues. I use it pretty much every day. So if you're stuck in a traffic jam or whatever, or wherever you guys are, but I think it works great, especially at locations where autopilot cannot be engaged. As you can see, my autopilot sign is not on, and there you go. You can see car's gonna start moving. And the best part is I can control the car, so I can go left and right, so it's not like my steering wheel is kind of stuck in one position. so makes it very handy. So here's an interesting turn. You can see I'm at a turn, and no, there is a stop sign ahead of there, so I think it's detecting that a stop sign has a red line, and that's probably what it's showing, because you can see there's a stop sign right behind the tree. Not sure if you guys can see that or not, but there is a stop sign. So it's detecting that, but we're not proceeding towards the stop sign. As you can see, the car moved forward, and this car also started to move forward. And now I'm just going to go ahead and turn, but it says stopping for traffic, and it kind of stopped right here. So I had to press it. So it does work most of the time, but in some cases where you're turning and stuff like that, you may be having issues, but I did not disengage itself or anything. I just had to press some accelerator for it to keep going. As long as you don't press the brakes, it's not going to disable. So if you press brakes, it will disable it. As you can see, there you go. And that's how you pretty much disable it. And once you let it go, you just set it up. And then since the car was too close, it did not engage, so you need to have enough room for it to engage. Okay, so here you can see I'm driving on the highway, and this is the full autopilot, so this is a different feature, not the one that we were trying before in the parking lot. This is a full-fledged self-driving, or I should say half self-driving, because it does not turn or make turns. It does keep your car in one lane, and that's pretty much it. It brakes. We have to keep our hands on the wheel, so kind of like partial autopilot, but it's a great feature. I love this feature. I use it a lot when I'm driving on the highway. But there's one additional feature on the highway that you can use, which is called navigate on autopilot. So anytime you put your car on navigation, so it only works when your navigation is set. So right now I have a destination marked that I'm driving to, and over here it says navigate on autopilot. So right now you can see I have 2 lanes, and the car is turning on its own. I'm not controlling anything, but when I click on navigate on autopilot, look at the blue line, what's going to happen. So now it turned into 1 lane, so there's only one thing, one blue line, and the whole purpose of this navigate on autopilot is that the car is going to exit off the ramp. It will alert you, it will change lanes for you. So it's a great feature. Anytime the car experiences a slow driver ahead of you, it will check your surroundings and change lane accordingly. So if you have no traffic on this lane, it's going to automatically bring your car in this lane. Now there are different features which kind of tells you, you have to accept the lane change, or you want it to do it itself. Of course you can go in the settings and change all those things. But the main thing for me to show you guys is these main autopilot features, that are very, very handy when you're driving. A lot of people buy Tesla without self-driving, or at least having a enhanced driving package, which includes some of these features. So the full self-driving features are not out yet. There are beta version available to some users, that are trying it out. Of course, I don't have that on my car. Can't wait to get that feature on. Of course, since I paid full self-driving, I paid for the full self-driving, it's getting more and more expensive. Used to be a lot less. Now it's like about, there you go, you can see the car is changing lane on its own. I didn't even do anything, it just changed lane. And that's one of the good features about that. So again, the beta versions are available to some users. They like it. It's pretty accurate. Of course, this thing is not fully accurate, and it's recommended that you have your hands on the wheel. I don't recommend you not having. A lot of people try to go around. You've probably seen a lot of videos for people sleeping in their Tesla while it's driving. That's all BS. A lot of them are fake. And some of them, what they do is they put some kind of thing on the steering wheel, and there are sensors in there which kind of senses your hand. But if anybody is trying to get around it, it's deadly, guys. Don't do it. But anyways, if you're buying a Tesla, I mean, the only reason I got a Tesla is because of the full self-driving feature and all these enhanced feature that it provides you, which makes your driving experience much more fun, I would say. I think I enjoy my car every single day I drive it. I hate driving, really hate driving, but ever since I got this car, I'm looking forward to the drive. So technically I'm just sitting around and enjoying when I'm driving. So it's all I have to do is just keep my hands on it. It does most of the part of driving, which is the best part about Tesla. I had a loaner one time without full self-driving, and man, I hated it. I hated it so much. I didn't feel like I was in a Tesla. It was a rental Tesla, so in the rental cars they don't enable those features, and quite frankly, I did not enjoy it. It was just having a regular car, to be honest with you. But when I sit in my car with the full self-driving, I think it's phenomenal. I think with the software push that they're going to eventually have for the full self-driving, these car with the full self-driving package are going to definitely appreciate their value in the market. And like, as much as the full self-driving package pricing are going up, I think it's a no-brainer to just buy it. And it pays off. I think once you sell your car, you get the money back. Definitely you get the money back. Is because people tend to buy the used cars with full self-driving versus nothing on there. So you have a much less buyer if you don't have this, and you will have a lot of buyers. And if you're selling it private, these full self-driving package are definitely transferable. Even if you're trading in, of course they will take into consideration, but there is not a guarantee that if you're buying a used car from a dealer who's not a Tesla dealer, that you may not get the full self-driving. Tesla is known to turn that feature off if it's bought from a different dealer. So I would be careful if I'm buying a Tesla from another dealer. That's one thing I do want to warn you guys. There's a lot of discussion online on whether we should buy a Tesla from a different dealer, but there have been cases where the new owner couldn't prove to Tesla that this car came with the full self-driving package. So if they're giving you some kind of proof, some kind of written proof from Tesla that this enhanced full self-driving package was purchased, then you're covered. Like when I bought my car from Tesla, they gave me full documentation. On the paper it says the full self-driving is included. So even if I trade my car in at a dealer, I can provide them with that paperwork. So if anybody else buy my car from them, at least they have that paperwork that this package was paid for. But if you have a car where they claim that it does include full self-driving, but there's no paperwork, then there's no guarantee, guys. I'm not saying that they're going to take it off, but there's no guarantee. And if I'm investing such a big amount in Tesla, I would be careful, spending that kind of money, not knowing if I'm going to be getting the full self-driving package or not. So again, be careful, and just make sure, when you're buying the car, look at these features, try it out. Some of the cars, they don't have full self-driving, but you will be able to do the autopilot and things like that. Those are called enhanced driving packages. So you may want to do little research. I think you can go into the settings and it will tell you if this car have a full self-driving package or not, because if it does not, then you may want to be careful. So Tesla made some software changes recently, and you can go into software. Under software, it tells you right here, full self-driving. There you can see full self-driving is included. So you can see my exit is coming and the car is going to exit on its own. And that's one of the feature of this single line, is that the car exits.
Now take exit 79.
I disabled it. I disabled it right now because I want to take control. So once you take the exit, you do want to take control over it, because once it takes the exit, the system disables itself and it comes into the autopilot mode, where
Turn right onto PGA Boulevard.
When it takes the exit, it turns into just autopilot, where it just keeps it in lane. It won't turn this light, so I would be careful.
Now bear right onto PGA Boulevard.
So again, going back to the topic of full self-driving, I think it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Just make sure you do your homework before buying it. Don't just blindly trust somebody saying that it does have full self-driving and then bringing it home and then finding out that it was disabled later on. So just make sure you have some kind of paperwork from them, either from Tesla or when they bought the car, that this feature was in there. So guys, just wanted to educate you guys on the full self-driving packages that are available. But good luck, if you're looking into buying a Tesla, and wish you best of luck. And I definitely recommend the full self-driving feature. Thanks for watching.